is a presentation of Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports. We are Southwest.
Rangers baseball on Fox Sports Southwest is presented by high-speed internet from AT&T. It's a Thursday afternoon, final game in this four-game series, the Astros and the Rangers, and a chance for the Rangers to win the four-game series this afternoon. Coming off a 3-1 loss last night, the only win this year by the Astros in this season series. Hello again, folks. Welcome in. I'm Dave Raymond with Tom Grieve as we get ready for the finale. Martin Perez has the start today for the Rangers, but the Rangers offensively need to see something get going today after last night's performance. And one guy to look to is Nomar Mazara.
Nomar Mazara has been that guy. He's had an excellent start to his rookie season. He's been in the top 10 in hitting most of the season. When he drops out, then he does what he's done in this homestand. He's gone 11 for 22 on the first 6 games of this homestand. The Rangers have played very well against the Astros. He's hit .364 with a home run against the Astros. He's hit 6 home runs, knocked in 15 runs in his last 19 games. He'll go several days, hit a few line drives to left, a couple of ground balls up the middle, and then bang, all of a sudden one goes 490 feet. So you never know what it's going to be with him. One thing for sure, though, he doesn't seem to go into long slumps, and you can count on him when the chips are down. He's been a key guy for the Rangers at age 21.
And no Adrian Beltre today, so they'll be needing just a little bit more from everybody else in the order today. And Nomar Mazara will be the leader in that regard. Martin Perez getting set to go. Stay with us. We'll have the starting lineups in the first pitch coming up in just a moment. On Fox Sports Southwest is brought to you by your Texas Ford dealers. Visit your local Texas Ford dealer today for incredible deals and see why Ford is the best in Texas. by AT&T high-speed internet. Get a deal worth talking about. Get high-speed internet from AT&T. And by Southwest Airlines, transparency, low fares, nothing to hide. Just about set to go this afternoon. Let's check in for the first time today with Emily Jones.
Well, David, is the finale of a 7-game homestand here at Globe Life Park, and it would be considered a success regardless of what happens today. But Elvis Andrus says it would be a little bit sweeter if they could finish this one off 6-1.
Homestand has been amazing, so be nothing better than win the series today, and then that's what we're thinking right now. Just trying to win every series, and today is a really important game for us, and so we can go to the road trip with a winning mentality.
And really, Elvis says they start looking at this as the first game of that road trip to kind of start that momentum off, hopefully with a win here this afternoon, Dave.
Yeah, thanks, Emily. This is a big one today for the Rangers. And very much would like to get a win to start, well, or to wrap up the homestand, I guess the way of looking at it. Let's take a look at the Astros lineup. George Springer, Jose Altuve, Carlos Correa up the top of the order. Those three are the big three. Evan Gattis at cleanup doing the catching. Marwin Gonzalez bats 5th, back at first base again. Luis Valbuena at the hot corner, he'll bat 6th. And then it's Carlos Gomez, Tyler White, and Jake Marisnick, the speedy left fielder, rounding it out for the Astros. Martin Perez gets ready to go.
Martin Perez will be making his 13th start. It's been a solid start to the season for Martin. His ERA keeps getting lower. It's down to 3.24 right now. Martin, in his last start, finally got some runs scored. They beat the Rangers beat the Mariners 10-4. He pitched 6 innings, got the win in that game. One of his strengths is the fact that he gets a lot of ground balls, 17 ground ball double plays. That's the first in the major leagues. Those ground balls have gotten him out of a lot of jams this year. And right off the bat, he starts off with a ground ball out.
Well, that's how you do it right there. 6-3 put out, and Springer retired on 1 pitch. Let's take a look at the rest of the Rangers defense today, brought to you by Brake Check. Ryan Arua with the start in left field. Desmond in center, Nomar Mazara in right. Jurickson Profar stepping in today for Adrian Beltre at third. Elvis Andrus short. It's Rougned Odor and Mitch Moreland on the right side, and Brian Holiday doing the catching for Perez, who's working quickly. Gets right after Jose Altuve with strike 1. Perez going for that outside corner again, but can't find it. Altuve yesterday 2 for 3, drove in a couple of big runs. A 2-run double in the 7th inning that ended up being the difference in the contest. 1-2 the count. He had the 3-run homer in the opener on Monday. Rangers shut him down Tuesday, but then yesterday right back in the mix. Perez 4 wins, 4 losses. His first 9 starts got just the 1 win. So lately has been factoring in the decisions a lot more regularly and with success. '25-year-old lefty. Got 14 runs of support in his last 2 starts. And that's made a big difference for him as well. Missing wildly on a couple here to Altuve. First time he has faced the Astros this year. One of those who was missed in the rotation first 2 series. Altuve, a good battle here, stays alive. So Springer retired on 1 pitch. Altuve, meanwhile, this will be the 8th pitch of this at bat. And he goes down swinging 2 away.
Altuve does not strike out very much. He's walked a lot this year. He had a long at bat. Martin got him with a high changeup. top of the strike zone. Might have fooled him a little bit. Took about 7 miles an hour off of that pitch, and Altuve was a little bit out in front of it.
Good beginning so far this afternoon for Perez. Carlos Correa hitless in his last 11 at bats, and he takes strike one. Still has the 8 homers, the 32 RBIs, so some of the run production numbers good for Correa. Second year shortstop for the Astros. Big strong kid out of Puerto Rico, and he manages to slap that one right into right field for a base hit.
Yeah, we talked about Correa in the pregame show, and he has really struggled against the Rangers, something like 4 for 34. And the Rangers have gotten him out in a lot of critical spots in these games. There's been a number of games where he's come to bat late in the ball game, very close game, chance to do something, and thus far hasn't done much against the Rangers. And he's an exceptionally talented kid, and the Rangers have been fortunate to hold him down because it's been the difference between a win and a loss a number of times.
Gaddis rolls one on the ground to Rougned Odor, and he'll complete the inning for Perez, who gets a couple of ground balls in the top of the first. Jurickson Profar to lead things off for the Rangers. This afternoon presented by Southwest Airlines, and great to see Jurickson Profar back in that leadoff spot today, playing third base. Ian Desmond in center, Nomar Mazara in right field, and for the first time Rougned Odor batting cleanup. Ryan Rua will bat fifth and left. Prince Fielder, the DH, is sixth. Then it's Elvis Andrus, Mitch Moreland, and Brian Holiday rounding things out, all against Colin McHugh.
Yeah, Colin McHugh's numbers for the season: 5-4 on the season. He was a waiver claim in December of 2013, and as an Astro he's gone 35-20 with a 3.64 ERA. So they pick up a probably number 3 starter on a waiver claim, and he wins 19 games for them last year. So it's been an exceptional pickup for the Astros. He's done a great job.
One strike pitch, a big curve to Profar, and has jumped ahead of him 0-2.
Last night Doug Fister gave the Rangers fits with a slow curveball. That's kind of McHugh's calling card as well. His other pitches are fine, but he has a really good curveball, maybe even better than Fister's curveball. And Fister's curveball was terrific last night.
2-strike pitch, and he tried it again. Yeah, you could tell that McHugh was paying attention last night, because that was the Rangers' kryptonite yesterday, the big, slow breaking ball. And there was anticipation today down in the clubhouse that they'd see more of that as Profar gets a fastball, but bounces it down to Marwin Gonzalez at first. And there's one away.
And second is center fielder number 20.
Take a look at the rest of the Astros defense out there behind McHugh today. Gonzalez just made the play at first. Altuve just to his right. Carlos Correa, the all-star shortstop, and then Balbuena at third. In the outfield, it's Jake Marisnick in left, Carlos Gomez center, George Springer in right, and Evan Gattis for the second time in this series back behind home plate. One down, and Ian Desmond will take strike one. Average up to 309 now for Desmond. First couple of weeks, struggled to find the holes out there in the defense. Just 109 in the first 12 games, but has since really swung a hot bat. And he hammers this one foul off to the right side. It's 1-2. And as you can see, Desmond here at Globe Life Park, well, not as dangerous as anybody in their home ballpark. A 368 average, third in the league, and he has produced in just a very big way here. Of course, the Rangers have played some great baseball here. He's down swinging, and there are two away in the first inning.
And third, the right fielder, number 30, Nomar Mazara.
You look at the pitches that McHugh has. That was a terrific pitch. That was a cut fastball at 89 miles an hour. His four-seam fastball probably reaches around 91 or 92. The cut fastball has good velocity at 89. There's a pitch at 92, 91. The cut fastball a little bit slower, but has that quick movement away from a right-hand hitter. And you combine that cut fastball with his slow curveball right there. That's a good combination. You can see when he's on, he can be very tough. Got a really good assortment of tough pitches to hit. Now for the season, over 12 starts, opponents are almost hitting 300 against him. 81 hits in 67 innings. But that doesn't mean that if you catch him on a good day, you're going to hit 300 against him. Far from it. He can shut you down when he's commanding his pitches. Last year he was 19-7, pitched 203 innings.
It's 1-2 to Mazara, a little tight. One thing you look at it, just kind of sifting through the numbers, is he's a guy you want to get to early. That's where he has had his biggest struggles this year. And he just missed to Mazara. It's a full count. First inning, he has allowed the most runs of any inning. And the first 3 innings is where teams have, hit him pretty hard and done the bulk of their damage. Looks good at the first 2 batters, and he strikes out Mazara to make it a 1-2-3. So Colin McHugh pretty sharp out of the gates this afternoon. No score after 1. AFN, the American Forces Network, broadcasting to the U.S. Armed Forces serving around the world on land and on ships at sea. Welcome and thank you all for your service. Great to have you with us on this Thursday afternoon. Best seats in the house right there. That young man as we get going here with the second inning. Marwin Gonzalez, switch hitter, starting it off for the Astros. A couple of hits last night. You know, he's actually been a bit of a pest in this series. And Perez gets him to bounce one toward third. First chance for Profar. Makes it look easy. One away. And it is time. We welcome in our very own Jim Knox.
I appreciate it, Dave. Hey, great crowd, afternoon crowd here at Globe Life Park. You know, this is an opportunity for a lot of businesses to bring their companies out. Like, we got Sally Beauty Corporation here. How many on hand today?
We got over 40 people here, yeah.
Over 40. Who's great? Who's the nice boss who decided that? Raise his hand. There he is. That's the big guy. Good to have you on hand. I know you guys do this every single year. Great to see you guys, and you don't look like you're in the beauty business, big guy.
Who needs hair when you got a body like this?
There we go. Okay. Y'all gonna have fun with this guy in the stands today. All right. Enjoy the game, everyone. Dave.
Thanks, Knoxy. Balbuena smashes one down the right field line and into the corner, and it's a one-out double for the Astros.
Well, Balbuena is the one left-handed hitter in the lineup for the Astros. They have 3 left-handed hitters on the bench, so a left-hander had one of them had to play. Martinez has been very good against left-handers this year. Left-hand hitters have only hit 154 against him. And Balbuena gets a pitch on the inside part off the plate. And was able to pull it past first base for a base hit.
Balbuena, the first man into scoring position for either team. Now the bottom third of the order for the Astros, Carlos Gomez, who has struggled this early part of the season. And that was as cut down a swing as I think we've seen him take. He's had check swings that are more violent than that. Come out of his shoes probably on this one, though. And it's 1-1. Gomez has spent a little time on the disabled list. Some bruised ribs around mid-May. But he has started the preponderance of the games in center field for the Astros. One game as a DH as well, and he hits this one down the right field line, foul and out of play. Oh no, Tom, that's 2 swings in the at-bat that are dramatically different than the ones we have seen in the first 3 games. It's as if he's legitimately trying to make an adjustment here.
Yeah. Well, he took a couple big ones last night, and then took a couple of fastballs right near the middle of the plate, which is unusual for him. It may vary from at bat to at bat.
Stays alive here, 1-2. Now the first 3 games of this series, I can't think of a swing where he didn't end up falling backward 5 steps, helmet falling off, ending up on his rear, whatever the case. I mean, he was swinging so hard every time. Runs with a little pause. Aiming for that corner, but doesn't get the call from Mark Carlson. First time today that Martin is working with a runner in scoring position, and that is where he has clamped down a little bit this year. He's holding the opposition to less than 200 once they get in these spots. That one turned foul again. Gomez putting on a pretty competitive at bat here. Well, a beautiful scene today, Globe Life Park. We've had better than 30,000 at each of the first 3 games of this series. Last night's crowd, the largest, 37,696. Today an afternoon tilt to wrap this thing up. Both teams hitting the road. Gomez goes after one upstairs, pops it up into shallow right. Zara is there, and they're 2 away. Take a look at our Kubota power stats. Martin Perez, he's done very well here at home. In fact, among qualifying pitchers in the American League, there are only 8 who have fared better in their home ballpark. 2.55 ERA is a good one, and you mix that with the fact that he is also, for whatever reason, not just this year but in his career, had dramatically better success in day games than night games. You put those two things together and you think, well, this should be a pretty good spot for Martin Perez. His career ERA is 2.80 during day games, which is better than a run and a half lower than his evening ERA. Strike one to Tyler White, the designated hitter this afternoon for the Astros. Low average and a little below league average on base as well at 297, but has some pop. Most of the damage done by White this year, when you look at some of the power numbers, run production numbers, they came in the first couple weeks of the season. Yeah, that number gives you a little bit of an idea. It's been slim pickings lately. Perez jumps ahead 1-2. He struck out Altuve in the first inning. His only strikeout so far today. 3 of his 5 outs have come on the ground, which is par for the course with Martin Perez, one of the great ground ball pitchers currently in the game. 1-2. And White keeps it going. Oh, there you go. Stroman, Dallas Keuchel, who we saw in this series, Aaron Sanchez with the Blue Jays. The only guys who have amassed more total ground balls so far this year. It's 2-2 on White. Pops this one up. Should be routine enough. Nazarick gracefully glides underneath it, and the inning is over. A 1-out double by Balbuena, but Perez gets himself out of trouble when we go to the bottom of the second. Texas Rangers baseball on Fox Sports Southwest is brought to you by your Texas Ford dealers. Visit your local Texas Ford dealer today for incredible deals and see why Ford is the best in Texas. Bottom of the second inning. Yeah, got to find some shade somewhere. Bring it with you if you have to. Rougned Odor batting cleanup today. He leads off the second inning. Odor at 266. Jeff Bannister today saying he didn't offer it. It was pulled out of him. Whether or not he would have to talk to Rougned a little bit about staying within himself. You know, just because you're the cleanup guy doesn't mean you have to hit 2 bombs today. He said, yeah, we constantly have to talk to Rougned. Big curve. Makes it 2-1. But here's a guy you don't want to tamper his spirit much. His aggression is what makes him so good.
Yeah, and I like the fact leading off an inning right here, he was thinking about the bunt. They have a shift on. Third baseman has moved back now with 2 strikes, but he was still back a ways where a good bunt could have been a base hit, which is not a bad idea leading off an inning. And technically, you may be the 4th place hitter, but if you're leading off the second inning, you're a leadoff hitter. And name of the game, getting on base.
Payoff pitch. And he hits this one high in the air to left center. The center fielder Gomez makes the play. And there's 1 out. Now McHugh had to invest a few pitches in that at bat to get Odor. He ended up throwing 15 in the first inning. A 6-pitch at bat by Odor to start this second inning. And now here's Ryan Rua batting 5th, getting the start in left field. On the night off yesterday, it came in late as a pinch runner for Prince Fielder. That was in that moment in the 8th inning where the Rangers put in 2 pinch runners in the span of about 30 seconds. And as such, lost 2/3 of their bench. He came in for Fielder, and then moments later, Beltre pulled up lame at second base, and Profar had to go in. 1-1. Rua, though, in his last 12 games, hitting .412 with some power. 5 doubles, a homer. And he takes a strike. It's 2-1.
Yeah, Ryan he's been a key contributor this year, getting a chance to play quite a bit. And you know, you see sometimes an extra guy's hitting 300. He might only have 40 at bats, but Ryan's over 100 at bats.
That one blasted to third, but Valbreno with a nice play to pick it and get Rua for the second out of the second inning.
Yeah, in the last 5 or 6 innings, going back to last night's game, that's about the 3rd play like that Valbuena's made on a hard hit smash, positioned way off the line toward shortstop, and he's been able to come up with a couple of balls that, if you're not shifted over that way a little bit, would be base hits into left field. And the other side of it is, if you pull him a little bit more down the line, you have a shot as a double. But what we've seen several times is him being able to make a play on a hard hit 1-hop smash and turn it into an easy out.
Well, now Prince Fielder bats 6th today as the designated hitter. And in the lineup today, hopeful that this matchup, one that favors him enough to really get him started. He has had ridiculous numbers against McHugh. You saw that 8 for 11. That's difficult to do against a batting practice pitcher, let alone in live competition. 2-0. And this one lofted out to Marisnik. It's a 1-2-3 second inning for Colin McHugh. He's been perfect through 2. We head to the 3rd inning in a scoreless game. And Rogers and Jamie Newberg will be hosting it. And check it out at texasrangers.com/podcast. But all the inside news and expert analysis that you're looking for on the Rangers, well, you got it now. Jamie Newberg of the Newberg Report, and always chock full of information day after day. If you don't follow that report, it's a very informational one. Great one to keep you up to speed on all things Rangers, and I think that podcast is going to be terrific. Third inning here this afternoon, and Marisnick swings hard and drives this one fairly deep out to left center. A long out into the glove of Desmond, and that's how we start things in the third. Let's check in with John Radigan on a Chevy game break. All right, thanks, John. Yeah, that win last night drew the Mariners to within 3 games of the Rangers in the West standings. So Texas at 13 games over 500, a 3-game lead on Seattle, and then the Astros have inched back to 8 games out. This one slashed foul by Springer, and it's 0-2. Springer hit one to short on the first pitch of the game this afternoon. Now the count 1-2. He's their leading run producer. Tops on the team in home runs. Leads them in RBIs. But in the leadoff spot now. And sometimes that sounds a little counterintuitive, but it has made all the difference in the world for their offense. 2-2. And Perez runs it full. Once they made the switch, putting Springer in the leadoff and moving Altuve down to the 2-hole, well, that's when the Astros came to life. Payoff pitch. And we'll do it again. They are 12-4 since making that lineup change. Perez toiling here with Springer. Just the second full count he's encountered in the early goings. He just missed a Springer. So Astros have a base runner. They've had a runner in each of the first 3 innings now.
And Springer continues to get his walks. That's his 31st walk. Correa's walked 30 times. Altuve's walked 30 times. Astros have walked more than anybody else.
Yeah, they've had a lot of runners in this series. As Altuve steps in now, a very dangerous hitter. They've left no less than 7 men on base in every game in this series. Ball 1 to Altuve. Monday night they drew 3 walks, 6 walks on Tuesday, and 5 walks yesterday. We'll take a look at the Ford leaderboard. 850 hits since 2012 for Jose Altuve. Yeah, as you can see, that's a lot. Some other big names up on that board behind him. And I think Altuve's name has become, I don't know if it's on the the same level as the rest of those guys like Robinson Cano and Miguel Cabrera, but he's getting there in a hurry, if not.
Yeah, there's no reason why when you talk about the 5 or 6 best players in the American League that you're not talking about him as one of them. He's a different kind of player than some of the other guys. He's not a middle of the order power hitter, but he provides power now. He's on pace to hit, 25 home runs this year.
Lines one out to right field, his first hit of the afternoon. Springer stops at second, 2 men aboard for the Astros.
We were talking in the pregame show about the Rangers' success against the Astros. They'd won 8 straight because they've been successful holding down Springer, Altuve, and Correa. Last night, Springer had a home run in a low-scoring game. Altuve had the 2-run double, counted for the 3 runs in a 3-1 win. And here in the 3rd inning, Springer gets a walk, which he's done a lot this year. Altuve a base hit, which he's done a lot this year. And now it's Correa's turn.
And Correa had the base hit in the 1st inning. 1 out, and Martin Perez needs that ground ball here. He needs that double play, which has been his specialty and the Rangers' specialty all year. Perez has managed to induce 17 double play ground balls this year. That's most in Major League Baseball. His ground ball percentage is up there in the top 5. And then this Rangers team, you have a good defense behind you. Well, that makes a lot of difference as well. No one has even come close to what the Rangers have been able to do in terms of turning double plays. 81 this season. By the way, this game number 60 in the regular season. I suppose that contextually matters. It's a 2-1 count now to Correa.
And Martin has been able to do what he did right there, is get swings and misses in a fastball count by throwing a fastball. I think he's got better life on his fastball. The velocity's been up this year from last year, but the movement on it too. In that particular case, Correa look at fastball all the way. He was able to just throw it by him. And it comes back with a changeup. Correa hit it off the end of the bat, a little bit out in front of it.
So 2-2 the count. Perez just 25 years old. Returning from Tommy John surgery. In hopes of putting together a full season this year. Checks his runners. And it's a full count. So I got Marisnick to fly out to center. Did some battle with Springer before ultimately walking him, and then Altuve poked that single into right. This will be the 20th pitch of the inning for Perez. 3-2. And he's loaded him up.
Now both Correa and Springer had walked 30 times this year. They both had walked this inning. And obviously we've talked about it so many times, but key is trying to stop Springer, Altuve, and Correa. 1, 2, 3 in the lineup. They hit back to back to back in the lineup. That's a really good combination of guys who have been patient this year, not swinging at bad pitches. They can all run. They all have power. And you look at a reason why the Astros will be a team to be reckoned with, not only now but in the future. There's the key component, those 3 guys at the top of the lineup.
I think when they went into the season, of course, you knew that those 3 would be a big part of it. The next question was, who would provide some of the power in the middle of the order? Could it be Gaddis, Carlos Gomez? Today, Gaddis is the cleanup man. And it's up to him with the bases loaded. First pitch from Perez. He lays off that fastball. And going back to the idea of a double play. Gaddis has hit into 6 of them this year, and he is one of those candidates. But this one shot out to right field. Right for it is Mazara. Heading to the plate is Springer, and he will score without a throw. The sac fly by Gaddis breaks the scoreless seal this afternoon.
First baseman Marlon Gonzalez.
Some high fives for Gaddis, and that's really all the Astros wanted. Something productive out of that at bat.
But the one thing you want to do in that at bat is get the ball in the air, and Martin is not an easy guy to do that against. His ground ball percentage is among the leaders. Talked about the double plays that he gets. So if you're Gaddis in that at bat, love for it to fall in for an extra base hit, but you'll take the fly ball in the RBI. You expect a low scoring game and a close game. And so getting a run there with the bases loaded and 1 out, that's a key component in winning a ball game instead of hitting into a double play.
Well, you make a good point about the close games and the low scoring games. Rangers won the opener on Monday, a walk-off, 6-5, and then took game 2 by a 4-3 score, so a couple of 1-run games. Yesterday, it was the Astros getting their first win all year against the Rangers. It was a 3-1 victory, so the runs have come at an absolute premium. Foul ball by Gonzalez. It's 0-2. Ooh, nice play down there.
Well, the Astros have been playing good baseball. In their last 37 games, they're 22-15. And they've had a really good run by their bullpen. Been one of the best bullpens over the last month. Their starting pitching is starting to come around too. When you look at the job that Pfister, Keuchel's pitching better now. McHugh is pitching today, and he's throwing the ball fine. Lance McCullers has had 5 starts now, and he's a power pitcher with excellent stuff. Their pitching's looking much better, and their lineup has the potential, and they're playing well. So they're a team that's going to get back in it and be a contender.
Pitch to Gonzalez, and he serves it into center field, a base hit. Altuve rounds third. He'll score without a throw. It died out there before Desmond could get to it. 2-0 Houston. Anytime those get through to center field, you lock in on Desmond in hopes of a play at the plate, but that ball just didn't get out to him quickly enough.
A long inning for Martin. A lot of pitches, a couple of walks. He walked a couple of good hitters with power. You have to pitch carefully to him. But one of the walks is scored. The other pushed a person into scoring position who scored.
So now it's Valbuena who doubled in the second inning. Astros jumping out here in the third a little bit. I'm sure they feel if they could get to Tampa tonight with a split out of this series, wow, they feel like that would be huge. Andrus over on the opposite side of the bag to field that ground ball, throws out Valbuena, and it ends the inning. But the Astros score first this afternoon, a couple of runs on 2 hits, and we go to the bottom of the third inning. Seats are located in the upper home run deck. And tickets include all-you-can-eat grilled chicken sandwiches, hot dogs, peanuts, popcorn, nachos, and soft drinks. Get your Cholula all-you-can-eat seats at TexasRangers.com or by calling 972-RANGERS. Home half of the third inning, and here come the Rangers. It'll be Elvis Andrus, Mitch Moreland, and Brian Holliday. Dave Raymond and Tom Grieve with you this afternoon. Colin McHugh deals low to Andrus. Elvis and with that .284 average. Hard to believe. He's just 27 years old now. This is 8th year with the Rangers, the longest tenured position player since making his debut in 2009 on opening day. It's 3-0. One for 4 with a double last night. And that average has been on the rise lately as he takes ball 4, and a leadoff walk is how we get started in the third.
The Astros had a couple of walks in their 2-run inning. Rangers get their first base runner with McHugh's first walk of the ball game. McHugh has pretty good control, 17 walks in 67 innings.
Now Mitch Moreland. Moreland had a double yesterday in his 3 trips. Also walked. Seen his situation evolve a little bit lately, certainly on this homestand. Dropped down to 8th in the order today. It's been a struggle to find a hole out there in the defense as a big curve drops in for a strike. Well, that'll give him the left side of the infield. Astros shift more defensively than anybody in the game. It's 1-2. Take a look at the balls in play for Moreland, and obviously that left side of the field with 2% on the ground, 2% in the air. Not significant enough for the Astros to care too terribly much. They play much more up the middle and to pull. That's tight, 2-2. 6 hits in his last 59 at bats. One of those guys the Rangers need to get going. McHugh ready to deliver the 2-2. And this one is ripped down the right field line. Will it stay fair? It does. Base hit and into the corner. Good start for Andrus. He'll be waved around third base. He comes to the plate. No throw. And the Rangers are on the board. Mitch Moreland with the RBI double.
The Rangers right off the bat take advantage of the leadoff walk. McHugh had easily retired the first 6, but he walked Elvis, and then Mitch got an off-speed pitch down and was able to keep it fair down the right field line. Got a changeup, maybe not even a strike, down and out of the strike zone, really. But he got the bat on it, kept it fair, and the Rangers are in business. And on second, nobody out.
Fair by a couple inches. So now he's in scoring position for Brian Holliday. A big curve drops in there for a strike. Yeah, just enough.
There's been so many of those balls when you struggled like Mitch have. There's been so many of those that have just gone foul. Down the line, home run distance, just go foul. sooner or later, some of them have to start going your way, and maybe that's one of them. Stayed fair by a couple of inches instead of going foul by a couple of inches.
So the Rangers answer the Astros 2 runs in the top of the third with a walk and a double. A 2-strike pitch to Holiday. And he'll hit this one hard into left field, base hit. Moreland had to hold up for a second. So they'll be on the corners with nobody out here with the third.
Yeah, Brian on an 0-2 pitch just kind of shortens up his stroke, trying to make contact, trying to hit the ball back up the middle. Got a pretty good pitch for a hitter, 0-2. He's trying to throw it high. You can see Gaddis raise his glove. He got it to the top of the strike zone, but it's still a strike. I think he wanted it a little bit higher than that to try to get him to chase a bad pitch. But the high strike was no problem for Brian, who got the bat on it and shot it right past Correa into left field.
So this inning setting up to be a potentially big one for the Rangers. And Profar 0 for 1, watches ball 1. Our TXU Energy power player to watch. Got Profar 19 hits since his recall toward the end of May. Multiple hits in 8 of the 11 games in which he has had an at-bat. And he hits this one sharply to Altuve, who goes down to his rump and will have no play. A run is in, and we're tied.
That ball was hit so hard, it knocked him over. He's back on his heels, and that was a bullet by Profar. That'll have to go as a base hit as hard as that ball was hit. And Altuve almost turned it into a double play. Profar hit that about as hard as he can hit a one-hop smash. You can see Altuve already falling down as the ball got to him. Knocked it down, but could not make a play.
Infield hit, RBI for Profar. I'm with you. Immediately concerned that he was going to be able to somehow turn that into a flip to second and a potential double play, but instead nobody retired. And Profar's hitting streak now at 12 games. Career best for him, longest by a Ranger this season. What a difference he has made when he's in that lineup in the top spot. This offense has clicked. Oh, 0-2 on Desmond, who struck out in the first inning. Desmond, though, with hits in 14 of his last 16 games. Hitting at a better than 400 clip over that long stretch. And he is just outside of the top 10 in the league in batting, with that .309 average coming in. You talk about big offseason acquisitions. Didn't sign with the Rangers until February 29th. The 3-time Silver Slugger, 1-time National League All-Star at shortstop, came here to be a left fielder, and he chases strike 3.
The right fielder, Delmar.
First out of the inning for McHugh. Let's go back to Profar.
That was a one-hop smash, hit very hard. Hit speed 96.2. I would have thought it was a little higher than that.
Just hard enough.
The one thing we found, Dave, there's 2 measurements for hit speed done by in 2 different ways, and they vary a little bit. Sometimes, you know, there's one that we were talking about last week. There were a couple of balls that were hit 98.6 miles an hour that on another measurement were, you know, more like, oh no, 108, I think. They were more like 114. It varied by 5 or 6 miles an hour.
1-1 to Mazzara. It's kind of like the old days. The jugs gun.
Yeah, they varied by 3 to 4 miles an hour.
Let's check in with Emily Jones.
Well, guys, it seems like, you know, with all of the statistics that are out there, the advanced sabermetrics, all that, in talking to the guys, I don't sense that they pay too much attention to a lot of those. But one that they do is the exit velo. And then, two, we were talking to Ian Desmond today about the throw when he threw out the guy at home yesterday, or had the assist from the outfield, how hard he threw that ball. The guys were talking about those numbers. So it seems like there are a few that pique their interest. But by and large, a lot of them don't pay too much attention to the super advanced metric stuff going on out there.
Right, yeah, thanks. That's a good point, too, on that play yesterday. As Mazzara hits this one through the left side of the infield, a base hit. Holiday being waved. Marisnik to the plate, not in time. Rangers have taken the lead in the 3rd inning. And Nomar Mazzara comes through again.
I just think you're playing into Nomar's hand when you put a shift on or even shade him. He just doesn't appear to be an opposite field hitter. He doesn't appear to be a pull hitter. He just appears to be the kind of guy that hits the ball where it's pitched. You can see Correa playing way up the middle against Mazzara. The pitch is supposed to be inside. It's more in the middle of the plate. And Mazzara just kind of fights it off and hits it right at the shortstop position for a base hit and an RBI. I think you're doing Mazzara a favor if you put the shift on against him.
I don't think he's going to argue with you. So first 3 Rangers reached. Andrews via the walk, Moreland the double, Holiday with a base hit to left. All 3 have scored. Profar is at second. And Mazzara at first now for Rougned Odor. Still just 1 out in the inning. Well, McHugh is cruising. 15 pitches in the first, 14 pitches in the second, but it's unraveled a little on him here in the 3rd.
You see again where the shortstop is and where the balls go. And, you know, just looking at the numbers, you'll see that more balls go to second base than go to shortstop. So they're playing the numbers. And again, I'm not versed in the new metrics or what goes into defensive placement. It just seems like there's a lot of variables. What kind of pitches were they? Were they thrown where the pitcher wanted to throw them, inside or outside? What was the velocity of the pitch? What was the count? How many strikes did the hitter have to determine those numbers? I guess as much as anything, who's the hitter and what can he do? Some guys can't do anything but continue to pull the ball into the shift. They're just not good enough hitters to do anything different. But if you're Mazzara and you see that, it just looks like Mazzara says to himself, fine, play me over there. I'm just going to hit it to shortstop. Looks like one of those guys that has the ability to hit that way.
I think your point about the pitch and the location is kind of an important one when it comes to shifts. 1-1. And there's a strike to Odor.
Yeah, if you think the guy's going to pull an inside pitch and you put the shift on and the catcher calls an inside pitch and the pitcher throws it outside, you may have had the right idea, but the execution by the pitcher doesn't allow it to happen.
Boy, Astros already have Chris Davinsky throwing out in their bullpen. We're just in the 3rd. And Odor down swinging, 2 away in the inning.
Both strikeouts this inning came on off-speed pitches that look like a changeup. In addition to the slow curveball, that's a very good changeup that McHugh features. And again, from up here, looking from behind the pitcher, the key is what it normally is on those kind of pitches. The key is to try to lay off them when they're out of the strike zone. Much more easy said than done when you're down there trying to do it on the field. And you know that he's also throwing a 92-mile-an-hour fastball. When you have 2 strikes, you have to be ready for the fastball, and that can lead you to swing at those slower pitches. If it were as easy down on the field as it is up here, every hitter would hit 400.
At least. 2 men out there for Rua. And it's 1-1. Rua grounded out to third in the second inning. It's not unbearably hot today, but it's warm. I mean, it was 87 degrees at first pitch this afternoon, probably a little warmer than that now. McHugh's been out there toiling in a significant way in this third inning. And that may have a factor in this game as well. 1-2 now to Rua. I'm not real sure when the equinox falls. Technically not summer yet, but you tell some of the guys down there in uniform that it's not summer yet because it feels like it. Profar with very good speed out there at second. And there's strike 3 to Rua. So McHugh comes back, strikes out the side, but the Rangers strike for 3 in the bottom half of the third inning. And for the first time today, they lead. One week from today, the greatest golfers in the world converge on historic Oakmont Country Club. The 116th U.S. Open Championship. Live coverage begins next Thursday on FS1 and continues through the final round on Sunday, June 19th on Fox, where you can watch the entire championship live on Fox Sports Go. Fourth inning, and there's the old Carlos Gomez that we had seen in this series.
I think it just depends on the mood he's in when he steps to the plate.
He had watched a strike and then came out of his shoes. And it's 1-2. At first at bat, I mean, he didn't come close to that kind of a swing on. I think he must have had 4, maybe 5 swings in that AB. And now he takes strike 3 call. 1 out in the 4th inning. Time for our home field advantage presented by Lowe's. 9 consecutive home series. Now that is a team record set back in '93. Of course, they have the second best home winning percentage in all of the American League. A win today, and it will be 10 consecutive home series, and that will be a new record on its own. Tyler White takes strike 1. Jeff Bannister has his team playing well right now, and he has navigated a number of personnel issues this first third of the season to have them in this situation. White with that fly out to right field in the second inning. A breaking ball finds the outside corner, strike 2. Rangers making a move today before the ball game. Robinson Chirinos back on the active roster, reinstated off the 60-day disabled list. Luke Jackson, who threw last night, was optioned back to AAA Round Rock. It's just off the plate, 2-2 to White. And then the other move was Phil Klein. He was designated for assignment, the right-hander. And the Rangers, of course, have 10 days to figure out trade, release, outright him to the minor leagues. White pops this one foul out of play. It stays 2-2. It was a move today that the Rangers needed to make, with Beltran not available today. Adrian had to leave the game yesterday with some tightness in his left hamstring. So that would leave a very thin bench. Backdoor curve just missed. And White has worked the count full. The payoff. And another walk to an Astros hitter. The 8th place hitter, Tyler White, heads down to first. Astros have already left 4 men on. They've had runners in each of the first now 4 innings. So Martin Perez has had to work around some trouble. Riznick led off the 3rd inning with a pretty well struck fly ball to what ended up being deep center field. And he hits this ball deep to center field. Desmond back there, got turned around a little bit and makes the catch. 2 gone.
Marisnik has given it a ride twice. First time up, he actually hit the ball better than he did that time. It went right to the 390 sign, way up in the air. A lot of hang time to left field. And that one all the way to just about the wall in dead center field. So Marisnik has struggled this year. He's hitting 179, but he's hit the ball hard twice with nothing to show for it.
Desmond, who was signed to play left field this year and spent most of his time at spring training working to learn the new position, really took over center field in May. Very new to that spot. Breaking ball fouled off by Springer for strike 1. It's one thing to take on a new position at the big league level. Desmond very comfortable that he had time to figure all that out during spring training. It's another to shift mid-season. 0-2 on Springer. (26 years old, first-round pick, 11th overall in 2011. And this is his 3rd year in the big leagues with the Astros. 0-2 from Perez. Springer has pretty good power, very athletic in the outfield. And he gets on at a high rate. In fact, he and 2 teammates, each with 30 walks already this year coming into today's game. And again, this is 60th game of the year. He has a career .354 on base percentage, so he does a very nice job in that regard. One-two from Perez, and that one's a little tall. Evens out the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Springer bounces this one right to Elvis Andrus. He'll go the short way, and that will end the inning. Astros leave another base runner. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Rangers with the 1-run lead this afternoon.
The Astros by a score of 3-2 here at Globe Life Park in Arlington. Rangers Prince Fielder up to bat to lead off the inning. His struggles, I should say, have been well documented. He's been outspoken about his struggles as well, and any adjustment he's trying to make to get better.
I know there's some people looking at me like I'm crazy, but then again, it's like, look, I got to make an adjustment. I don't care how I look, as long as my swing comes out the right way I want it to come out. And right now it's coming out the right way with the tap. Unfortunately, for some reason, I can't get it out to come, my swing to come out the right way. So, like I said, people might say what they want, but look, I'm trying to make an adjustment, and that's just where I'm at.
So Prince trying everything at this point, lifting the heel up, keeping the toe on the ground. Sometimes he puts that toe tap back in. Just pretty much anything he can do. And when I asked Anthony Iapoce about it, he said, look, great hitters do that. They notice things, especially in the cage. It seems like they notice it more than other places, of little things that they can do to try to get their timing back. So that's what Prince is working with. And he said, look, I got benched. I'm trying to avoid getting benched. And if I've got to stand on my head in the batter's box to get, myself back on track, that's what I'm going to do. So personally, one thing I appreciate about Prince Fielder is his candor and the way that he talks about his struggles and the way he kind of puts his thoughts and feelings out there and lets you know exactly what he's thinking. So personally, I find that refreshing, and it's obviously bothered Prince the way he's played so far, and he's doing anything and everything in his power to get things back on track.
Yeah, thanks, Emily. I think it's a really good point you make, too. I mean, some guys try to, I don't know what it is, Tom, they try to stay so stoic as to not let on that they're hurting or that it's bothering them. I appreciate the fact that Fielder is very open and honest about things, and this is not fun. He's not enjoying this any more than you are.
I think all hitters throughout the course of a season make adjustments all the time, whether you're struggling or not. That's just kind of the name of the game. Cal Ripken was notorious for that, changing his batting stance from game to game, week to week. Most of the time you can't notice it. The hitter feels it, the slight adjustment. To the naked eye watching a game, you really can't tell.
And that ball's hammered down the right field line and gone! A home run!
I noticed that, though.
Ooh, a sigh of relief for Prince Fielder. That ball smoked down the right field line. And it's 4-2 Texas.
Well, already in the game, you see how the complexion of the game changes when two of your big guys have extra base hits to contribute. Mitch had a double to drive in the Rangers' first run in the third, and now Prince with a home run to drive in the Rangers' fourth run here in the fourth inning. So the big guys coming through with extra base hits. Doesn't feel good to struggle. It feels great to hit a home run, though.
Now Elvis Andrus. There he is. That's the guy we remember. Two and one now to Elvis, who walked and scored in the third. Yeah, fun to watch. Pop up left center, and Marisnik is there, one away.
That one didn't take long to go down the right field line out of the ballpark. Boy, the way they do that forearm bump, I don't believe I'd get my forearm in the way of Prince's forearm. That just looks like a trip to the disabled list.
Well, here's Mitch Moreland, who doubled in the third inning. He doubled yesterday. And everyone sort of hoping maybe those are signs that he is coming around as well. And as great as Prince Fielder feels after hitting that home run, and that's a huge lift for him. I'm telling you, those guys are pulling hard for him down in that dugout. This one smoked out to right center. It'll get down for extra bases. Moreland will cruise to second. That's his third double in the last two games.
Well, Rangers are starting to get to McHugh. He looked like he was on his way to a gem after the first two innings. 6 up, 6 down with a couple of strikeouts, but since that time, Rangers have knocked them around a little bit. They had 4 hits in the third inning. They've got a home run and a double here in the fourth inning. And both Mitch and Prince getting the extra base hits.
So inning continues. Moreland in scoring position now for Brian Holiday. A big curve has been effective today. There you go. Those two get going. And Katie barred the door. Home run for Fielder. Moreland one batter later with a big double. Colin McHugh, meanwhile, the oddity of this season continues for him. He's had a little bit of an inability to finish off hitters once he gets 2 strikes on him. This is the situation now with Holiday. First 5 batters, and McHugh got to 2 strikes this afternoon. They got 5 outs. Since then, he's had 5 hitters get to 2 strikes. They've gone single, double, homer, and 2 strikeouts. That trend of 2-strike hits has been a troubling one for McHugh this season. The 0-2.
Good job by Gaddis blocking that ball. I'm pretty impressed with the way Gaddis is caught. I mentioned a few times in this series that he went back to the minor leagues this year. Not because of any problem he was having offensively. Just went back to brush up on his catching techniques. He's come back and done an excellent job behind the plate.
2-2 to Holiday.
He's also come back and hit better since he's gotten a chance to catch off and on too.
And has credited the work behind the plate as helping him as a hitter. Says he just feels more engaged. That one just missed, and it's a full count now to Holiday. Holiday's base hit in the 3rd inning. Well, that came with 2 strikes. Fell behind 0-2 in this at bat, but has now worked it full. McHugh's payoff. And that ball's hit down the left field side foul. Look out. So he brought the glove, ready to make the play. She was a little worried about the beard. She had a glove too, but didn't use it. Right, 7th pitch of this at bat for Holiday. Just got a piece of it. A run in on the Prince Fielder home run. Got 3 runs in the 3rd inning. Rangers trying to win this series. They'll hit the road, a long road trip that will begin in Seattle tomorrow. Astros will head to Tampa. Holiday doing great battle here. Rangers have had success when he's been in the lineup lately. They've gone 9-1 in Holiday's last 10 starts. He's hit safely in 9 of his last 11 games. 3-2 pitch, and he goes down swinging.
Third baseman,
2 gone, and here comes Profar. Of course, with the roster move today, the Rangers will now have 3 catchers, but Jeff Bannister before the ball game pointed out that with Holiday, he feels like Ryan's a guy who has some versatility, could be used other places on the diamond as well. Pitch to Profar. In the dirt for a ball. Yesterday, the first day that Profar did not start since being recalled. Got a base hit his last time up and has hit in all 12 games in which he has played. Which is a good breaking ball there, 2-0. Going back to his earlier stints with the ball club a couple of years ago, he has really thrived in the leadoff spot. 3-0 the count. I mean, he's done exceptionally well since coming up this time. He's batted leadoff every game. But yeah, there you go. 18 starts as a leadoff man, and he's hitting every single one of them. Taken all the way here, 3-1. Down around Rocky was hitting .284 with 5 homers, 26 RBIs in his 41 games down there. It's this ball on the ground and through into left field, a base hit. Moreland will drop anchor at 3rd. Profar's 2nd hit of the game, and it's another multi-hit effort for him. Amazing. A.J. Hinch out, and he takes the ball from Colin McHugh. So the Astros already into their bullpen in the 4th inning. Rangers lead by 2. New pitcher coming on. Open for the 2016 Major League Baseball All-Star Game. Rangers need your help to make sure Texas is represented. Send Ian, Adrian, Elvis, Odor, and the rest of the Rangers to San Diego with your votes. Go to texasrangers.com/vote and cast your vote up to 35 times. Fans who select the Rangers as their favorite team will receive an offer for 50% off tickets to select games in August as well. So get online, vote today, and vote 35 times. Chris Davinsky has come on in relief for the Astros. McHugh done after 3 2/3 this afternoon. And Desmond with a liner right to second base. Altuve is there, and it ends the inning. A 1 pitch, 1 out, and that will do it. But Prince Fielder putting it back on track. That one gives us hope. Texas Rangers baseball on Fox Sports Southwest, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Transparency, low fares, nothing to hide. And by Mazda. And every car we make, you'll see why driving matters. We've played 4. First pitch of the 5th inning rolled right to Elvis Andrus. And they take care of Altuve for out number 1. Dave Raymond, Tom Grieve with you this afternoon from Globe Life Park. Lots of sunshine today. The Rangers leading by 2. Carlos Correa has singled and walked, so one of his better offensive games in this series. He was hitless in the series coming into this afternoon. Like you mentioned it at the outset, Tom, that the Rangers offense has supported Martin Perez a little bit more lately, and that has helped.
And his last start, Rangers won that game 10-4. Martin pitched solid in that game. 6 innings, 9 hits, gave up 3 runs. But based on the sport he was getting earlier, that would have been a loss. Well, it's nice to get some runs. And Rangers have a few for him here so far in this one, too.
There's 1-2 to Correa. A little tight. Only 2 strikeouts today for Perez. And a fair number of balls that have been hit in the air. Somewhat unusual, especially toward the bottom of the order. The 2-2. It's another full count. And you see Perez not real happy about that. It's Correa to bounce one to third. Long throw for Profar, and it's in time. A little help on the other end by Moreland on the stretch.
Tough play for Jurickson, not having played third base. Correa's down the left field, down the right field line. Didn't see what happened there. I know he went very hard toward first base trying to beat that ball out. I don't know if he jammed his foot as he touched the bag, or let's see, as he goes to first base. Long throw for Jurickson, though, who makes it. Yeah, you can see Correa ducking out of the way of the ball, and then maybe hitting the bag a little awkwardly with his left foot.
Kind of rolled that ankle a little right there.
You could see Correa going straight. He saw where Mitch's glove was and then anticipated where the ball was going to be and ducked his head. It might have hit him right in the head if he didn't duck his head. The timing was that way. He's still down the right field line.
Now, when you're trying to beat a play out like that, you're at your near peak velocity, although slowed down, I suppose, a little by the body language. Nonetheless, so I mean, he's going in there at a pretty high rate.
And he couldn't really slow down. He had to take several more steps. You can see how far down the line he ended. He couldn't stop abruptly. He tried to kind of cruise to a halt. Doesn't look like there's much doubt he's going to have to come out of this game, though.
That is a slow, awkward gait for last year's Rookie of the Year in the American League. A.J. Hinch with yet another problem to contend with.
Oh, there you could see him turn his ankle right on the side of the bag. Trying to slow down without putting too much weight on that left foot.
But he is just now crossing the third baseline on his walk back to the dugout. He's a big kid too. You know, that's got to have a little bit to do with it. 6'4", 215 pounds. So that is a lot of torque on that ankle. And Correa, no doubt done today. 2 out. And here's Evan Gattis. And he's offered at the first pitch. His sac fly Accounted for the first run of this game for either team. Gaddis came up with the Atlanta Braves 2013. Hit 21 home runs that year in 105 games. Had a real good year in 2014 as well. And he reaches out and pokes that down to first, but Moreland positioned perfectly, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Martin Perez. Just 10 pitches needed to get it done. Halfway there this afternoon, Rangers by 2. Texas Chili Company at $1 Hot Dog Night will be Wednesday, June 22nd. Cincinnati Reds in town for some interleague play with the Rangers. Coming out to the ballpark early, enjoy all the hot dogs you can eat for just $1. Get your tickets today, TexasRangers.com, or by calling 972-RANGERS. And here we go in the bottom of the 5th inning. Nomar Mazara to start things off, and Chris Davinsky in relief. So there you go. Jose Altuve has taken over shortstop for Correa. First time he's ever appeared at shortstop in his big league career anyway. And Tony Kemp takes over at second. 2-1 to Mazara, who has a hit and 2 trips this afternoon. Take another strike, this one on the inside corner, and that'll even things up. Mazara drove in the 3rd run of that 3-run rally, and that was the run that put the Rangers ahead this afternoon. Taps this one right back toward the mound. Davinsky will take care of it. 1 away. Now time for another Chevy game break. Let's check in with John Radigan. All right, sounds simple enough, John. And those guys need the help right now. Really interesting, the release that came out earlier this week of the All-Star vote tallies. And only 1 Ranger even appeared. It was Elvis Andrus at shortstop. Odor 0 for 2. That was against Colin McHugh. Now dealing with Davinsky. McHugh went 3 2/3 today. Allowed 4 runs on 7 hits. Struck out 6. Tapper over the mound. Kemp has it. Just in time. Could barely get a hustling Odor.
Yeah, it's kind of an unusual game for McHugh. You see a guy after 3 2/3 with 1 walk and 6 strikeouts. You almost assume he's pitching a pretty good game. Rangers got their hits against him. Made enough good pitches to get the strikeouts. Rangers also touched him up after a 1-2-3 first and second. 3rd and 4th inning, they had 7 hits and 4 runs against him.
Rua sends this one out to right field. Springer, though, is there, and it's a quick 1-2-3 inning for Davinsky. He matches Martin Perez's 10-pitch inning. Off to the 6th we go. Baseball Foundation and Medical Center Arlington on Sunday, September 4th. It's the 5th annual Rangers Labor Day race. Enjoy the scenic 5K course that finishes on the field, or just bring the whole family for a 1K fun run. Go to texasrangers.com/race to sign up. Off to the 6th inning. 4-2 Rangers lead, and Marwin Gonzalez leading things off for the Astros. He's 1 for 2. He's been a tough out in this series. You could argue that Gonzalez has been as productive as any Astro in these 4 games. Altuve in big spurts. He was very good Monday. He was very good again last night for the Astros. Gonzalez just consistently chipping away, though. Down to the count here, 1-2.
Martin had his number with a couple of those swings with a changeup.
With his single today, Gonzalez has hit in all 4 of these games. Perez delivers low, 2-2. This will be the 90th pitch of the afternoon for Perez. And it runs the count full against the leadoff man Marwin Gonzalez. Luis Valbuena is next, and Tony Barnett already loosening in the Rangers pen. Payoff pitch. Bouncer third, but foul. Kofar's looked good at third base today.
Yeah, the last play that he had there was a tough play. He had to wait back for the hop, which resulted in kind of a long throw on his heels. And he had the arm strength to get it all the way across easily to Mitch.
Payoff pitch again to Marwin Gonzalez. Bouncer short. Nice candy hop for Andrews. And Gonzalez retired, one away.
Speaking of arm strength, it's fun to watch Elvis throw on a play like that. Nice and smooth. With something on it. One hot play in the hole. Knows he's got plenty of time. Look how smoothly he throws that ball. Perfectly accurate.
Elvis now on the move to the other side of the diamond for the shift against Valbuena. Bunts it high in the air and foul. Well, it's got to be heart stoppers when you try to bunt and it goes up that high. Got to be a sickening feeling for him. Fortunate that nobody close enough to be able to make a play.
But with the shift on, he's the only one that's got a chance to field a ball going that way is Elvis, cutting in front of Rubened, unless he bunts it toward first base. But if Mitch has to go to his right, then what Valbuena's counting on is being able to beat Perez.
Well, this one will be handled by Perez, and he takes care of Valbuena. 2 away.
And Valbuena will say, yep, I had the right idea, but I had to get it farther than that. Got to get it past the pitcher.
Nice bare hand effort.
Seven in a row retired for Martin.
Ball one to Carlos Gomez here. Gomez hitless in 2 tries. He's tried a number of different strategies so far. And it's 1-1. He was a little patient last time. Watched strike 3.
Did that last night one time too.
Two and 1 the count. Well, free swinger. He is dangerous, and it's just one of those things you have to respect the fact that with as hard as he does swing, he does run into a handful over the course of a summer. The 2-1. Well, that looked pretty good. Gomez was hitless last night. And it takes ball 4, so he is on for Tyler White. Perez nearing that magic number. This next pitch, his first pitch to White, will be the 100th of the afternoon, as Vanny wants to see if everything is ready out in the pen. Been a bit of a struggle for Tyler White. Hits this ball high in the air, carrying pretty well, but Mazzara does have room, and it completes the inning. No runs, no hits. Astros leave another, and we go to the bottom of the 6th inning with the Rangers leading by 2. Time for the Sonic Slam inning, brought to you by Sonic. Today's jackpot worth $1,100 and a dinner for two at Sonic Drive-In. A Ranger hits a homer this inning. Howard Gold of Plano wins at $1,100. But if a Ranger hits a grand slam, Howard wins $25,000. You can register at any participating Sonic restaurant. Prince Fielder leads it off. 1-1 the count. He homered in the fourth. Back to our AT&T high-speed replay. We go back to the fourth inning. Didn't take long. Fourth of the year for the big guy, and it's now 2-2. It's Chris Davinsky on in relief this afternoon for Colin McHugh. Really got a good swing off the handle, though, headed towards center, and Gomez able to race in and grab it. One out for Elvis Andrus. So Davinsky gets the final out of the fourth inning, in fact, on one pitch, and then a quick fifth inning in which he worked through Mazara, Odor, and Rua on 10 pitches. Just retired fielder, his fifth straight out. Elvis Andrus looks this one high in the air to left field. Marisnik with room. 2 away. So Davinsky right now getting it done out of the bullpen for the Astros. 25-year-old, 6'3", 210 pounds, out of Cerritos, California. His first year in the big leagues. It's been a good afternoon for Mitch Moreland. Our Cricket Wireless, something to smile about. There's his first double. That was in the third inning. Drove it a run, he'd score. Another double in the fourth inning. Eventually left at third base. Now 1-1 the count. So signs the two big fellas, Fielder and Moreland, may be coming out of it just a little bit. Moreland had a double yesterday as well. 1-2 the count now. 2 out, nobody on, bottom of the sixth inning. The Rangers up by 2, trying to take 3 out of 4 in this series. They swept the Astros at Globe Life Park earlier in the season, then went down to Houston, swept the Astros out of their own ballpark, took the first 2 of this series, were 8-0 against them until the Astros finally won one last night. Moreland goes down swinging. First strikeout for Davinsky, and another quick inning for the right-hander. Just 12 pitches in the sixth. We go to the seventh inning this afternoon. Rangers by 2. Let's check in our board game summary. Mitch Moreland, third inning. Big double right down the line. That just stayed fair. Got a run home. Was a big part of that 3-run frame. Profar would later not get a run and knock Altuve down with that sharp hit to second. And Prince Fielder, the big blast in the fourth. He knew it. 4-2 Rangers as the bats were rolling a little bit in third and fourth inning. Now Tony Barnett has come on a relief for Martin Perez, his 25th appearance of the year. ERA still at 2.92 despite a couple of recent hiccups. He's given up 3 runs in his last 3 games, a total of 3 1/3 innings pitched. But over a longer stretch, he's been real effective, and starts Marisnick with a pitch just off the plate for ball 1. Goes for that same spot. Does not get the call from Mark Carlson, our plate umpire. Marisnick had a couple of good swings earlier today. 2 fly balls to relatively deep center field. There's a corner call, and it's 2-1. Well, Barnett trying to work him away a little bit. Finally coaxed a call out of Carlson. And now a roller left side of the infield. How about that? Profar with his throw offline. Marisnick with good speed. He's at second easily. Well, the shortstop in him didn't want to make that great play, and it looked like it was going to be a pretty great play until he got away from Moreland. It is a base hit and then an error against Profar that allows Marisnick to second.
Yeah, generally the third baseman takes whatever he can get to, because it's going to end up being a shorter throw. That one was so far to his left that he's going to have to do a 360 to throw it. And as it turned out, it would have been a much easier play for Elvis. Just was a little bit too far away from him. Made the throw extremely hard. Too bad, because it was a good pitch by Tony Barnett. Knocked the bat right out of Marisnick's hand almost.
So the lead man on for the Astros in the 7th, and now the top of the order is coming as Springer takes one in for a ball.
If you got it right in here, fine, but he's almost halfway to second base. That's right in Elvis's territory, where Elvis is going to come in, and it's going to be a close play because Marisnick runs pretty well, but looked like a play that Elvis would have been able to make much easier.
Now bouncer back to the mound off Barnett. This time Elvis does make the play, gets the out, but Marisnick now at third base. It'll go as a 1-6-3 put out.
Shortstop Jose Altuve.
Got a piece of Barnett heading back up the middle, and that change of direction worked out perfectly for Andrews. So 1 away, and here is the Astros shortstop, Jose Altuve. Moved to short after Carlos Correa had to leave the ball game. And chases strike 1. Altuve 1 for 3 today with a run scored. Well, as has been the case all year, these two teams playing another very close ball game this afternoon. And this one hit up the middle, a base hit for Altuve. Gets Marisnick home. And here we are in a 1-run game.
Second baseman, Tony Kemp.
Kemp will get his first at bat of the afternoon after having come on defensively at second base.
That's the third straight softly hit ground ball. Altuve hit that ball right off the end of the bat. Just kind of served it up the middle, and there's no one there to catch it. 3 good at bats right here for Tony Barnett. Ended up giving up a couple of hits and a run.
Got to be vigilant about Altuve at first as well. Take a look at Kemp. He's got on base at a pretty good clip despite that very low batting average, and he is not much of a power threat. High fly right field. Mazzara back, reaching for the wall and makes the catch. They kept trying to prove me wrong, but 2 away. He never seemed worried. The big chill back there to make the play. A run in, Altuve at first. And once again, Evan Gattis. Barnett check in on the speedster. Altuve leads the American League with 18 steals this year, and he's only been caught once. And he represents a very big base runner here in the late innings for the Astros. Just misses to Gattis, ball 1. Gattis graduated from Bishop Lynch High School in Dallas. Big travel ball here locally with Clayton Kershaw. Big, strong Texas kid. 6'4", 270 pounds. Acquired by the Astros in a trade with the Braves during the offseason before the 2015 regular season, and then last year led the Astros with 27 home runs. This one out of no man's land. Mazzara coming in, and it drops in front of him. A bloop single by Gattis. And like that, the Astros have them on the corners in the 7th inning.
First baseman Marlins Gonzalez.
The 4th ball that hasn't been hit very well. A couple of them off the end of the bat, couple of them off the handle. But that was out in no man's land.
But Tony Barnett not getting a break in this inning. Jeff Bannister appears as if he's delivering a message with a little bit of intensity anyway. I asked him the other day, Tag, after our conversation in the late innings the other night, you know, what's the conversation about? And he said, yeah, it's twofold. One is to talk to the infielders, make sure that we all understand in certain situations where we need to be, trying to anticipate what the Astros might do offensively. And the other one is sometimes you got to reset the pitcher a little bit and redirect his focus. And it looked like he was doing both those things again right there.
Yeah, I think the one thing you'd say to Tony Barnett, look, you're making a lot of good pitches. It's not like they're hitting the ball hard. Let's make another good pitch right here and get us out of the inning.
Breaking ball misses to Gonzalez, who's 1 for 3 this afternoon. Martin Perez, 6 innings, gave up a couple of runs on 4 hits. And has turned it over to the bullpen. Tony Barnett was the first man up. He's allowed a run on 3 hits this inning, although none of them hit hard. Trying to get out of a little bit of a jam here with 2 out. But has fallen behind Gonzalez 2-0. Jose Altuve, Evan Gattis. That's 3-0. I'd certainly rather not walk Marwin Gonzalez. Then you force the potential go-ahead run into scoring position. You have to deal with that man, Luis Valbuena, who has a double earlier today. (3-0). There's the call. Barnett, 32 years old and a rookie. Been pitching over in Japan since 2010. Time called. Good job by Mark Carlson to make that clear to everybody. Signed in mid-December by the Rangers as a free agent. 6 seasons in Tokyo. (3-1). And it's a full count. Barnett had great success in Japan, largely as a closer. Put up a franchise record 41 saves last year with a 1.29 ERA. So the Astros and the Rangers said, maybe he could help this bullpen here stateside. Certainly could if he'd get a big out right here. 2 men on, 2 out, and a 1-run game. The payoff pitch. And that one is lined right to second, inning over. Odor positioned perfectly, and the Astros leave 2 more. They'll stretch it out here at Globe Life Park with the Rangers leading by a run. Coverage of baseball sponsored by T-Mobile. The draft starts tonight. 6 o'clock on the network. And rounds 1 and 2 tonight, 3 through 10 tomorrow, and on we go. Rangers with a couple of picks tonight, 30th and 63rd. And then how about Manny Machado? 4 games, $2,500 for his role in that fracas, Donnybrook, brouhaha, whatever you want to call it, between the Orioles and the Royals the other night. And did he land? He landed the punch, right?
Pretty good punch. Yeah.
Huh. 4 games for a landed punch, or it's like a sliding scale, it seems like.
Well, there's probably not just the fact that he landed a punch, but that he charged the mound in the first place. I thought he had every right to do it. The guy was just taking target practice at him. Thrown about 4 balls at him that day. Missed him a few times and finally hit him with a 99-mile-an-hour fastball.
Brian Holiday swings 2-0.
As John Smoltz said, I was listening to him talk afterwards, you know, in the American League, when the pitcher doesn't hit, there's not much of a recourse. So you have a choice to make. Take it and go to first or go to the mound. He chose to go to the mound.
Next pitch, and Holiday lifts it high in the air to left.
He killed that ball.
Or isn't it called off by Gomez? 1 away. All right, time for a Chevy game break. Let's check in again with John Radigan.
Third baseman Jurickson, Profar.
Yeah, always, always good to miss Felix Hernandez. 7th inning here with the Rangers leading by a run, trying to win this series. And Profar evens the count at 1-1. He's got a couple of hits again today. Another multi-hit game for Profar. That gives him 9 multi-hit games since joining the Rangers on May 27th. And that's most in Major League Baseball. So, yeah, he's had a pretty good impact on this offense since joining the club. 1-2, and he'll keep the at-bat going. Profar from Curacao. He played for some great Little League teams. Won the Little League World Series. 04, came back again 05 to the championship game. And he was a great shortstop, but also a fantastic pitcher. And when he was like 16 years old, he was throwing low 90s, like 93. Everybody wanted to draft him or sign him as a pitcher. Rangers said, well, we'll take you as a position player. You want to play short? Yeah, great. So he signed with the Rangers. Eventually got to the big leagues a couple years ago at 19 years old. But missed the last 2 years with injury. Now back again and better than ever. Goes down swinging for the 2nd out in the 7th inning. And Davinsky has done a ridiculously good job since coming on in relief. 9 up, 9 down for the rookie right-hander. Rangers got their 4 runs against Colin McHugh in 3 2/3 innings. Here's Desmond. Ian lined out in his first look at Davinsky, the first pitch he saw from him in the 4th inning. Jumps ahead here, 2-0. That'll do it. 9 up, 9 down for Davinsky. But in danger of putting his first base runner on since checking into this game. .3-0 to Desmond. He had the green light. Desmond, 30 years old. Now the everyday center fielder for this team. It's the first year he's played in the outfield professionally. Well, he's done a fine job out there, and with the bat, he has been terrific. Davinsky just put him on. Desmond heads to first with a 2-out walk. That's one thing we have not seen a lot of in this series. Rangers have drawn only 1 walk in each of the first 3 games. That's their 2nd walk today. Big Nomar Mazara, and he'll take strike 1. Could use an insurance run here, leading by 1. I mentioned earlier these two teams have played a lot of close games. 7 of the 9 so far have been decided by 2 or fewer. And Mazara bloops it foul, out of play, count 0-2. The largest lead in this series was Monday night when the Rangers jumped out 3-0. Eventually gave that back in the 3rd and would go on to win it in walk-off fashion in the bottom of the 9th. Neither team has had any breathing room at all in this series.
Oh, you look at the rest of the season and you anticipate head-to-head matchups between the Rangers and Seattle, the Rangers and Houston. You anticipate well played, close games. Both teams, all 3 teams are evenly matched. They have a lot of good things going for them. Houston's over their bad stretch at the beginning. They're getting good pitching now. Got a good lineup. They walk a lot. Seattle's got all the power in the middle of their lineup. They'll have Felix Hernandez back.
See Feldman loosening the Astros pin, and Desmond.
Luckily, he didn't get a couple more steps.
Looked like he had a free base for a moment.
You end up at 3rd base in Oakland and staying right where you started here.
So let's see, he gets 1.5 steps before that ball was back to the infield. They're working him over at first base. Desmond leads his team with 12 steals. He's 3rd in the American League, so not unwise of Davinsky and the Astros to try and keep him a little closer. He is going. And this one popped up, back of 3rd. Balbuena with the shades on, and it ends the inning. So Desmond left out there as we go to the 8th inning. Rangers 4, Astros 3.
aggressive fan of the game. You know, this happened a couple innings ago. Prince Fielder hit the home run here in the lower home run porch. And we have to give it to Hope out of Conroe, Texas. She's a Ranger fan, although she's in Astro territory. Because what happened? A home run ball was coming your way. What happened, Hope? What happened?
I was just looking at my phone, and I heard all the screams and everybody getting up. And I looked up, and I saw the ball coming for me. And so I just instinctively just put my hands up, and this is what happened.
It broke your iPhone, and then the ball ricocheted over a couple rows, and this guy actually got it. Hold it up there, big guy. Hold up the ball. He would not give it back, Tom. Can you believe it? But things are good right now. She has the bag, and here's an autographed Texas Ranger ball. That's better than that little ball. Okay, we're going to shame this guy out of the area here. But congratulations, and sorry about the iPhone. We'll work on that iPhone for you, okay? Appreciate it. Thank you, Hope. All right, guy. Let me see that ball.
Oh, poor Hope.
That's a bad break. That's too bad.
Up, knocks.
He gave it up. Good for him. I think Noxie stole it from him. I don't think the guy willingly gave it up, did he?
Noxie's got to get another autographed ball to give to that guy now. Well, meanwhile, back on the field, it's 1-1. Pardon me, 0-2 to Luis Valbuena. Valbuena doubled in his first time in. Since grounded out twice. Matt Bush on in relief. Good to see that velocity up at 97 for Bush. Lately, they have been able to space out his outings just a little bit. Keep that arm perhaps a bit fresher as this one popped up, foul ground, and will become a souvenir for somebody hopefully didn't try to catch it with their iPhone. 13th appearance for Bush. A 154 ERA, 239 batting average against. He's got a live arm. One-two, and he rushes that one right past Valbuena. 98 miles per hour.
Yeah, it's 98 miles an hour, which is tough by itself. And then you combine a couple of off-speed pitches, a couple of breaking balls in there. So there's a little doubt in Valbuena's mind what the pitch is going to be, and it's even faster. It feels like it's even faster than that.
So first strikeout for Matt Bush today. And Gomez goes after an off-speed pitch, pops it foul for a strike. This is the kind of matchup that could be really fun. You got two guys with very entertaining, electrifying athleticism or stuff, as the case may be. A little power on power. But it's the breaking ball for a strike to Gomez at a count 0-2. Walked his last time up. 30-year-old right-hander Matt Bush. Going to get him to chase it. They want an appeal. No. Quinn Walcott down there at first. Fanny thinking, what do you even need help for on that one? Pretty close.
Yeah, that's a borderline call.
Got him swinging. Back-to-back strikeouts for Matt Bush.
And what's the difference in those breaking balls? One's more of a cut fastball, a very hard slider at about 90 miles an hour. The last pitch is more of a slurve or a curveball, tight curveball at 82 miles an hour. So it's about 10 miles an hour slower, and it breaks a little bit more, and it fooled Gomez. So he's got a pitch, his fastball, he can throw 97, 8 miles an hour. The hard cutter slider is 90, 91. Then the curveball is anywhere from 81 to 84.
Colby Rasmus pinch hitting here for White, and he takes ball 1. Rasmus was 0 for 3 with a walk last night, out of the lineup today. Two hits in the series. See his numbers as a pinch hitter. More, he's kind of a frontline guy for the Astros, so doesn't do that quite as much. Probably did it more when he was with the Cardinals. (2-0). Bush in a little bit of trouble here. Marisnick waiting on deck. It's a 1-run game. And Bush lost him, so only the second walk he has allowed this year. And he puts Rasmus on. Bush 12 strikeouts now this season against 2 walks, so a bit of a rarity to see him not just put somebody on, but do it on 4 straight pitches like that. So here's Marisnick. Reached last inning on a bouncer really towards short that was cut off by Profar. And he takes strike 1. There's that breaking ball again.
Yep, he calls that a slider. Some people might call it a cut fastball. That's the one that's 89 to 91 miles an hour. And he seems like he's very comfortable throwing that now for strikes.
But he backs away for a moment. There's Rasmus at first. Pretty good speed. They'll try to keep him close. One strike pitch from Bush, and a fastball will make it 0-2. Trying to strike out the side in the 8th. He got Valbuena swinging. He got Gomez swinging before putting Rasmus on with 4 straight misses. This needs one more past Marisnick to send it to the bottom of the 8th inning. Here it comes. 1-2. Not a big guy, 5'9", 185 pounds. The first pick of the draft many years ago, back in 2004, by the Padres as a position player. The 1-2. Marisnick doing battle. An athletic middle infielder with a great arm. And then turned into a pitcher several years into his pro career after about 4 years of giving it a go as a hitter. And now this is his first year in the big leagues. The 1-2. Breaking ball, just missed.
Could have been borderline pitch. Fans definitely wanted it. That's more of the curveball right there. Stayed up and almost touched that outside corner.
Man at first base, the 2-2. And he got him swinging. Bush strikes out the side in the 8th inning. Rangers take a 1-run lead to the bottom of the 8th.
A 4-3 lead over the Astros as we head to the bottom of the 8th inning here at Globe Life Park in Arlington. This is the finale of a 7-game homestand. After this, it is out on the road for 10 games, beginning in Seattle. Nelson Cruz and company preparing to take on the Rangers, and Derek Holland will get things started tomorrow for the Rangers as he gets the ball in the opener of that series. 9 o'clock start on Fox Sports Southwest. Again, tomorrow, 9 o'clock, the opener between the M's and the Rangers. We thank the fine folks at AT&T High-Speed Internet for getting us ready for Game 1, guys.
Yeah, thanks, Emily. Big road trip coming up. I mean, this is a lot of teams lately that are right there in the mix. Seattle last weekend, Seattle again this weekend.
Yeah, and this shaped up to be a really tough homestand because Seattle, and in fact the road trip in Cleveland too. Cleveland had been playing really well. Seattle playing really well. Houston was on a roll. The Rangers had faced good teams that were playing well. So they're winning games and they're earning wins against really good teams.
Jeff Bannister pleased with the way things have gone. As Big Scott Feldman has come on in relief, the longtime Ranger. Originally drafted by the club in the 30th round, 2003. Pitched for the big club 2005 through 2012. Suddenly a reliever for the Astros. It is 2-2 on Rougned Odor. He hadn't pitched in relief since 2012. With Feldman back in the bullpen. It's kind of worked out for him. He's become a strikeout man as Odor lifts this one high and deep right field. Back to the fence and gone. Solo shot for Odor and a huge insurance run for the Rangers.
Well, I'll say that's a big insurance run. Rangers played a lot of close games, especially against the Astros. And you can get an extra run like that. That's a huge run late in the ball game. Ruber was 0 for 3. Couldn't tell whether he got all of this. It's a curveball, kind of down, a little bit out over the plate. Put a good swing on it. But you just feel like if it's anywhere close to the top of the wall, Springer might jump up and catch it. It didn't clear the wall by much, and Springer went after it, but he didn't get it.
Got Rua. And he'll head to first. Look out.
Well, even Springer couldn't get it. I was trying to shake that off. He got hit. You can't tell. He's not shaking it, so you can't tell where he got hit. But he got hit pretty good. Feldman's looking at that. He can't believe it went out of the ballpark. Ryan's looks like he's okay. Walked a little slowly to first base, but sometimes you can't tell until a little bit later how it's going to affect a player. Can run with a sore wrist, but have to see whether you can catch, throw, and hit with one.
Well, now Prince Fielder, who homered earlier, Rua is running, and nobody's covering second base.
Almost looked like defensive indifference.
Wow. 5th steal of the year for Rua.
I don't think they expected him to be going right there. Feldman has never been great at holding on runners. A little bit slow to the plate. Ryan just took off and uncontested into second base.
A lot going on there for A.J. Hinch's club. Guys maybe a little out of position with the shift, and literally out of position with Altuve at shortstop. Breaking ball is a strike. 1-1 to Fielder. Although Altuve, while the shortstop at the moment, was playing more of a second base position with that shift. That was just a surprise attack. 2-1 to Fielder now.
Yeah, and chances are he'd like to be pulled over even a little bit more with the shift, but he can't go too far over because it'll allow Rua to get too big a lead, and he'll steal third base too. So he's got to stay somewhat close to second base to keep Rua from getting a gigantic lead.
Two-1. Fielder pops this one up into center. Long run, Gomez, and he's able to get there. A moment there where it wasn't clear that Carlos Gomez was going to get to that ball. Andrews 0 for 2 with a walk today. He has scored a run. As you can see, some success against Feldman in his career.
Ryan now 5 for 5 stealing bases.
Well, just as Odor's home run was a big insurance run earlier in the inning, if Elvis could somehow get Rua to the plate, that would be enormous. 1-1 the count. Rugnet batting in that cleanup spot today. It is 9th home run of the year. Feldman's 1-1 pitch. And a bouncer right to short. Altuve on top of it. And there are 2 gone, but Rua over to the third now with 2 away. MLB.TV Premium, the #1 live streaming sports service, delivers everything you've come to expect and a whole lot more. You watch every out-of-market game live in HD on over 400 supported devices. It also includes a free subscription to @Bat Premium, the #1 app for live baseball. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Go to MLB.TV for details. Moreland with the check swing. It's 1-0. Been a good day for Mitch. A couple of hard hit doubles after a double yesterday. Scored a run, driven in a run. And hits this ball hard out to right field, but gonna hang up there as Springer is there to make the play. So the run in the 8th inning on Odor's home run, but they leave a man. 3 outs to go for the Rangers.
Lead. We're headed to the 9th inning, and if they hold on to this lead, it'll be the best 7-game homestand for the Rangers since 2013. Hi there, welcome back to Globe Life Park in Arlington. John Radigan here getting ready for Rangers Live. Mark McLemore will join me. We'll have lots of post-game reaction. We'll hear from Banny and some of the players as well. And here's rooting for 6-1 on the homestand. Just 3 more outs to that end. Guys, let's get it back over to you.
Right on. Thanks, John. Yeah, it's this has been unbelievable. Now the top of the order will come for the Astros. Jake Diekman is on to try and slam the door shut. 28th appearance for Diekman, the 1.66 ERA, a 1.58 batting average against. Looking for his first save of the year. Dyson gets another day off. And if he's going to get it, he is going to go through the 3 best on this Astros team. Or I should correct myself, the 2 best. Correa is out of the game. Correa had to lead the game in the 5th inning after rolling his ankle, trying to beat out an infield hit. And Tony Kemp is taken over for him in that 3rd spot of the order. So it's Springer, Altuve, and then Kemp. As Diekman runs it inside, 3-0.
Sam Dyson had thrown several days in a row, and his last save was a tough one. He threw 25, 28 pitches. So he's had a couple of days off. He had yesterday off, and he's not available today. Jake Diekman's been throwing the ball great. He'll get an opportunity to get a save today. Attaboy.
It's a chance for some of these guys to prove, if indeed that's the idea, that 3 outs are 3 outs. A lot of people tell you those last 3 are the toughest as Springer takes ball 4. And it's a leadoff walk.
Shortstop Jose Altuve.
Here's the real challenge. This inning, indeed the game, may tip to some degree with what happens in this at bat with Altuve. Easily the most dangerous hitter Diekman will have to face in the inning.
In the inning where the Astros scored 2 runs, Springer had a base hit. Altuve had a single. Now, Jake's been extremely tough to hit. He's only given up 12 hits in 21 2/3 innings.
Also been pretty good with the command. Only 6 walks against the 27 strikeouts coming in, but walked Springer and then dealt ball 1 to Altuve. So Brocale out there to maybe redirect some of the mechanics or just give him a moment to reset himself. Deepman, the left-hander from Nebraska, gets Altuve to pop it up. Playable.
There's a big out.
And Moreland squeezes it for out number 1. That is huge.
Again, Jake is throwing his 95, 97 mile an hour moving fastball. Opponents are only hitting in the 150s against him. You know, then you combine that coming in, he'd only walked 6 in 21 innings, so he's walking less than 3 per 9 innings. He's been efficient and very difficult to hit.
Here's Tony Kemp, batted in the 7th inning. That's hit one right back to the wall in right field in the 7th inning after somebody said he's really not much of a power threat. Well, that was.
Who said that?
Well, listen, I wasn't paying attention. 1-1 the count to Kemp.
Well, in your defense, it didn't go out of the ballpark.
Well, that's true. Diekman gets in on him and a roller to second. Could be 2. They get the 1 out at first. Go back to second for the tag out and got him. What a double play to finish a fantastic series. And the Rangers take 3 of 4 from their in-state rivals. Martin Perez picks up his 5th win of the year, and for Jake Diekman, the first save. 5-3 Rangers over the Astros, and they have now won a franchise record 10 consecutive series.
That's a tough series to win, a 4-game series against a hot team. They almost knocked the bat out of his hand. Little dribbler. Rubnet gets rid of it quickly, and Springer can't get to second. They've got him either in a rundown. He chooses to try to get to second. That time, if Ruben tried to make the tag, Springer had stopped. He couldn't have made the tag, and then he might not have gotten the guy at first base. So he's got to get at least 1 out. He gets the sure out at first, and because Springer had stopped, he couldn't get to second. Mitch's throw to Elvis completes the double play, and Jake gets his first save. The Rangers get 3 out of 4 against the Astros.
A 4-3-6 double play to end this one. And why not? The first and only double play turned today. They did not turn one yesterday. This is a team that turns them better than anybody in the game. For Diekman, his first career save. And the other good news today, home runs. Prince Fielder, his 4th of the year, a couple of doubles for Mitch Moreland. Lots to celebrate today as we check in again with Emily Jones.
Thank you very much, Prince Fielder. Looks like you took out some frustration on that baseball. How did that AB feel?
Oh, it felt good. You know, I had some good swings on some tough pitches, and I was able to, you know, connect with a good one. You know, do something to help the team.
Hot. Feel good?
Yeah, I got Brocale's hat wet. That's all right.
That's all right. That's all right. For you, being a part of this team, the way it's rolling right now, 6-1 on this homestand, what's it like to be part of this thing that's going on right now?
Especially when you're winning, it's always fun, you know. And you know, we're playing really good baseball against some really good teams, so it always feels good.
For you personally, how are you feeling at the plate?
I'm feeling good. You know, getting some hits in there, you know, and starting to miss more in the air. You know, I'm not a guy who's going to beat it out, so I need to just stop hitting so many grounders. So I mean, every now and then, you know, today I was a little off front of some balls, but the swings were good. You know, and that right now I gotta take that as a win, you know?
Prince, too, the way that this team plays with winning in different ways.
Yeah.
How valuable is that, especially this early in the season?
Well, that's key because, you know, that's what good teams do. You know, you're not going to always win with a home run or something like that. You know, I think, you know, sometimes you win with base running and then, you know, a little sacrifice fly or infield, you know, ground ball or whatever. So, you know, good teams win by many different ways.
Up top, Prince. All right, up top. Prince Fielder, you guys, back up to you.
All right, thanks, Emily. Yeah, excellent day for Prince Fielder and the Rangers. They take 3 of 4 from the Astros. What could be cooler than that? We'll be back with more in just a moment.